Welcome back, Stasa23 here, back again with some knife therapy. And before I get started, if you like this video, please drop a thumbs up on it. It helps out the channel a whole bunch. If not, thumbs down also works. And if you like knife content and you're not already, hit that subscribe button. Alrighty, I have another Kizer knife for y'all, part of their Vanguard line. This is the slicer. Comes in at $75. And this is a design collaboration with Michael, I think it's Galovic. Probably butchering that, but that's best I can do with that one. And their Vanguard line is their little bit more affordable lineup before you get into their, higher end $200 knives and stuff like that. Let's get some specs out of the way, and then we'll break off into some cutting. We have a total length of 8.46 inches, so pretty full-size knife here. Blade length of 3.78 inches. And let's see, I didn't get, let's get a grip area for y'all. About 4-inch grip area. So it's gonna fit your large, extra large hands as well. And you have a blade stock thickness of 0.125. And behind the edge thickness on my particular one, I have sharpened it. The behind the edge thickness is at the thinnest portion at 17 degrees per side. And then like somewhere, I think in this back area, it was like 20. And this was sharpened at 20 degrees per side. My edge. Your weight on this bad boy comes in at 138 grams or 4.8 ounces. Alrighty, let's break off into the cutting portion of the video, and then I'll wrap it up with my final thoughts at the end. See y'all in a sec. Alrighty, we're gonna check the sharpness on the Kizer slicer. Now, this is where my edge, very sharp. Whew. Nice. Alrighty, we're gonna cut up some of this 3/4 inch sisal rope. We can do 3 cuts of these because it's pretty hard to get through this stuff. And let's get started. Like the edge in the front portion. Still good. And we'll do 10 cuts of this smaller stuff. Alrighty, this knife slices pretty darn well. Good to go. Alrighty, we're gonna cut up a few different materials. We got some 1100 paracord, some pretty thick stuff, big piece of tubing, thick bungee cord, and double walled hose, and some like seat belts type material. Alrighty, let's get started. Let's see if it still pops the paracord. Yep. Nice. No problem. Yep, got that nicely. Let's go to the double two. And let's try to do this. See what material. Not already. Very nice. Let's see. Nice. Alrighty, we're going to test the ergos on this knife. right off the back, the line right here is in that low point. It's kind of biting into my hand just when I'm pushing down hard. Alrighty, like I said, still just, you can kind of see that hard line right there. Just when I'm putting pressure, when I'm squeezing down on it. Other than that, it's good. Alrighty, we're going to show sharpness one more time. Still, you know, pretty good. And we're gonna try to slice through this. It's a thin jumper cable wire, not that crazy. Let's see if we can slice through it. We'll use this front portion right up in here. All right, nice clean cut. And let's see if it doesn't look like. Let me look at it up close. And let's see. So, still good. Let's try some edge impact testing on this aluminum bar stock. Nothing crazy. Let's see, we'll use this clean portion right here. And we'll try to use, I'll try to hit it around that portion. All right, 3 whacks. You can see where I hit it in the aluminum right there. Let's see. I think that's from the original. That right there is from that wire cutting. And doesn't look like, maybe, I can't really, let me look off camera. Okay, let's see if it affected the edge. No, not at all. I wasn't hitting it super hard, but you know. Alrighty, we're gonna try some overstrikes. Got my Kevlar gloves on, and nothing crazy, but we'll see how this back lock holds up. Woo! First shot. Let me try hitting it a little lighter. Didn't take a whole bunch, but normal use. It doesn't show much to me. I cut downward, but some people like to see it. All right, I hope y'all enjoyed that cutting portion of the video. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Sorry if y'all hear some kids screaming and some boilers going off, because it's crawfish season down here in Louisiana, and my neighbors are cooking crawfish. So I was impressed. I think it did very well. Like I said, it was wearing my edge. It usually does a little bit better once you sharpen the knife. You had this nice classic blade shape. I love the crown spine on the top right here. Good budget steel Bowler N690. It's highly corrosion resistant. Where is it? I think it's right there. You have the Kizer logo there, and the blade steel is right there in 690, and you also have the model number on this side. This side, you have the name of the knife slicer and the designer, Michael Galovic. You got nice, comfortable black dual thumb studs. So that along with the back lock and the pocket clip make this a completely ambidextrous knife. That's always good to see. The access with the to the thumb stud is very easily to actuate. It is riding on phosphor bronze washers. Let's back up. You do have a nice sharpening tool. As you can see, I don't have any flare out in the back. Love that. And you also have jimping right here. That is, I would call it moderate jimping, but you also have this nice little ramp, so it locks you in really nicely. I don't really see the need for the jimping, but like I said, riding on phosphor bronze washers, so the action is smooth. It does have a half stop for some reason. Not sure about why it has that, but you have a half stop right there. It is pretty easy to like blow right through it. But one thing that I did notice, and I'm guessing it's because of the design with that half stop, you can press this and, you know, like most, you can kind of like shake them down to your finger or whatever. You can't do that with this one. You literally, once you press this, you have to pretty much use two hands. At least on my particular one, I can't do it by just, only way I can flip it out is if well, I'm not gonna do it behind the camera, but I have to give it a good bit of wrist. Let's close it up. You have nice looking, smooth, it's not polished, but nice smooth looking black G10 that has a slight contour on it. No pivot slot right here. It's just a plain pivot on this side. Large lanyard hole here. Your tap for left hand carry on this side. This is your back lock. All your liners, your back spring, and pocket clips all polished, like a satin high polish. It said deep carry pocket clip with recessed screws. I don't know if I just said that or not, but large lanyard hole. Let's take a look in the pocket. Finally found my jeans. Let's see what it looks like in the pocket. Goes in the pocket very, very nicely. I will say it doesn't have a whole lot of retention in the pocket though with that pocket clip, at least not on mine. I mean, it's weighted enough to where it kind of keeps it in the pocket, but being that you have that smooth G10 and there's a lot of spring to it, so it doesn't, you know, it's not really tight into the pocket. So if that bothers you, I would maybe stay away from it. You have about a 1-to-1 blade to handle ratio. You can see right there. See, I don't want to miss anything. The ergos were excellent all throughout the cutting. Only problem I had was whenever I was putting a lot of pressure down on the cut, I noticed this right here was really aggravating, and kind of this was just pushing down, just because it's kind of softened. You can see it's softened. It's not like sharp or anything, but it's just a hard line. And there's not a lot of, I mean, that's pretty common, especially if I'm not holding it in the saber grip. I'm holding it in that hammer grip right there, and I'm really squeezing down. I'm putting a lot of pressure, and it's coming in contact with that. So, you know, I wouldn't put too much into that. The knife sharpened up really nicely. I would say, if I had to take a wild guess, this was Rockwell to about 58. That's just my particular guess by using enough N690 and knowing how it performs, especially after I sharpened it. And I'll talk about another means of testing that in another video. Let's get some size comparisons out of the way, and then we will wrap it up. Another one of its brethren, the large Begleiter, whatever. So it's larger than the Begleiter, however you say this. Got the Civivi. Which one is this? The Civivi. Doggone it. I cannot believe I can't remember that. I'm sorry. If I remember, I'll put it up on the screen. Cold steel Airlight. Another, well, this is excellent back lock, lightweight back lock. It's larger than that. And very common knife, Ontario Rat Model 1. It's pretty much identical to the length with the Rat Model 1, but I'll just throw the Rat Model 2, and there you go. All right, so let me talk about a few of my nitpicks, complaints. First one, that half stop. I'm not, if you're going to be spine whacking it or something, as you can see, whenever I did spine whack it, whenever I spine whacked and it failed, it didn't go all the way down. So that caught it from doing that. But you got such a nice smooth action on here. If they wouldn't have had that half stop there, it would have been a super smooth knife. So I would have loved to see that not there. I'm sure there's ways to remove that. They basically do it by, you can see how the tang has that concaved portion right there, and it's basically kind of like falling into a notch right there, stopping it, or a flat spot. So that's not my favorite thing in the world. And they do have it tapped for a left-handed pocket clip, but let me show you something. As you can see, they have a slot milled out for the right hand, and they don't give you another pocket clip, or at least mine didn't come with one. And you got those countersunk screws right there, but then you have the different type of screws here, and you don't have any milling. So I don't know, I don't know if it works. I don't carry left-handed majority of the time. So if that's a deal breaker, sorry about that. So overall, I like the knife. I think it did excellent in testing. I recommend it, especially if you're looking for a larger, nicer looking slicey EDC. And if you rather a more premium version, they're going to have a carbon fiber and S35 EN version coming here soon. So if you want to wait for that, wait for that. If you like this one, pick it up. All right, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down below. I hope everybody's having an absolute wonderful day. I will see y'all on the next one. Peace.